Tab. Many Americans use the word tab as a noun when referring to an amount of money that is spent at a restaurant or a bar. What was the tab for the food and the drinks? What did the tab come to? The waitress brought us our tab. Who picked up the tab? Jerry picked up the tab for the entire table. That was very generous of him. A tab is also an amount of money that is added to a person's credit card as he or she sits at a bar to eat and drink. This is a very convenient method of paying for food and beverages when someone is at a bar for a long time, especially while watching a football or baseball game or gathering with a large group of friends. We ran up a tab at the bar. Put that on my tab, please. The bartender didn't put the drinks on our tab because he said they were on the house. The bartender closed out the tab before we left the bar. We added 20% as a tip. The women sitting at the table forgot to pay the tab, but someone came back the next day to take care of it. A tab is also a small piece of paper, often associated with games of chance. A customer at McDonald's pulled back the tab to see if there was a prize of free food. Pull tabs are a popular form of gambling. The tab showed that she was a winner. Tablet. The word tablet is a noun. This word represents one of two things: an instrument upon which information is stored, or a dissolvable disk that delivers medicine or chemicals. Many computers nowadays are sold in the form of a tablet. It's smaller and thinner than a laptop, and it's usually cheaper. A pad of paper is sometimes referred to as a tablet. The Ten Commandments were written upon 2 stone tablets. Medicine may come in the form of a tablet. Many tablets are perforated, making it easier to break them in two. Alka-Seltzer comes in the form of a tablet. If you have an upset stomach, put the tablet in a glass of water and let it dissolve. Then drink it. Chlorine tablets are thrown into a swimming pool to help keep the water clean. Tackle. There are a few different reasons for using the word tackle as a verb. In American football, players on opposing teams try to tackle each other in order to gain an advantage on the field. To tackle another player is to knock him to the ground. Tackling is what makes football a dangerous sport. He's trying to tackle the quarterback. The quarterback doesn't want to be tackled. When football players tackle each other, it looks as though they are fighting. As a verb, tackle also means to do something that is difficult. Our company has tackled many big problems in the last year. The city is tackling a major reconstruction project. If we tackle this situation together, we can achieve better results. The word tackle also refers to fishing gear that is used when fishing. I have many different lures in my tackle box. Fishing tackle can be quite costly. Try to buy it used when possible. If your tackle box gets wet inside, the metal hooks and lures might rust. Tag. This common word in English has a few different meanings. A tag is a piece of paper that shows how much something costs. You can also use the words price tag. Is there a tag on the lamp? What does the price tag say? What's the price on the tag? A popular game among children in the United States is called tag. One child is it, and he or she tries to touch or tag another child who then becomes it. I just tagged you. You're it. In baseball, tagging another player with a ball or the ball in a glove prevents that player from running on the bases or scoring. The catcher tagged the runner with his glove. The word tag is also used with the preposition along to form the idiom tag along. This means to follow someone. If you go to the convention, do you mind if I tag along? Jeremy is tired of having his little brother tag along everywhere he goes. Journalists tag along with President Obama when he visits other countries. Recently, the word tag has been used when identifying someone's picture on a social media site like Facebook. I tagged all of my friends in the picture so that they could find it online. Take. The word take is used in many different ways. It's an irregular verb, but it can also be used as a noun. We use take when bringing something, using something, having something, studying, traveling, or talking about time. The simple form is take. The past tense is took. The past participle is taken. I took a picture with my phone. Don't forget to take a coat with you today. Have you ever taken a trip by boat? What does it take to get ahead in life? How many classes are you taking this term? Have you ever taken a German class? This won't take long. It takes a lot of patience to do this job. It took 20 minutes to get to work by bike this morning. The medicine should be taken on a full stomach. How do you take your tea? A little boy took something from the store. Someone has to take charge here. The doctor wants to take a look at some x-rays. It's important to take time to be with your kids. Is this seat taken? The word take is highly idiomatic and found in many verb phrases. Our company is taking on new employees next month. The medical procedure didn't take. Jeremy says he wants to take up yoga. Sheila took up acting in college and eventually became an actress. Many European countries say that they can't take in any more refugees. Joe says he can take on anyone. Do you take me for a fool? I don't trust you. The boat is taking on water. That dog really takes to water. I'll have to take this matter up with my supervisor. Most people were taken aback by the election results. Sometimes the word take is used as a noun. What's your take on this situation? The director wants to do another take. The senator was found guilty of being on the take. Tale. A tale is a story. This word is usually used when the story is fictional. The word tale is also used when a person is lying. Jimmy was caught telling tales that weren't true. The children listened to a tale about a giant who lived in the sky. Tales about Paul Bunyan are well known in Minnesota. He was a large man who cut down entire forests with an axe and formed the lakes of Minnesota with his feet. Folk tales are found in every culture around the world. Did you read or listen to fairy tales when you were a child? A story that features a small person with wings and can fly is a good example of a fairy tale. Talk. Use the word talk when a person speaks. The words talk and speak are similar, but they can't always be used in exactly the same ways. I'd like to talk with you. She wants to talk to a doctor. Let's talk. Would you like to talk about this? The teacher talked to the student about his behavior in class. The student was talked to. Are you talking on the phone? That guy really knows how to talk.
A person who talks a lot is talkative. The word talkative is an adjective. Sherry is too talkative in class, so the teacher moved her to a different seat. Ralph isn't very talkative tonight because of something that happened today at work. The word talk may be used in some unusual ways when it's used as a noun. The teacher gave the boy a good talking to. The professor gave a talk on nutrition. She gave a good talk. If you're going to talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. That's just a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk around the office about Regina and Steve. He's a big talker. He's all talk and no action. Tall. If something is tall, its height is high. The measurement is vertical, from the bottom to the top. A skyscraper is a tall building. Basketball players are usually tall. Tall trees provide protection for plants and animals. A tall ladder is needed to reach areas of a building that are very high. There are advantages and disadvantages for people who are tall. When talking about a person's height, the word tall is used. How tall are you? Do you know how tall you are? I'm 5 feet 11 inches tall. Jessica is 6 feet tall. That's very tall for a woman. Jessica is taller than I am. Here are a few other ways to use the word tall. For astronauts to visit Mars and return to Earth will be a very tall order. A tall boy is a 16-ounce beverage in a can. Stories about Paul Bunyan are tall tales. Tangle. To tangle something is to mess it up or create a situation that is difficult to undo. When people go fishing, sometimes their fishing line gets tangled. String can easily become tangled if it's not wrapped around something such as a ball. Yarn is easily tangled. Whenever I put my Christmas lights up or take them down, the strings of lights always get tangled. The lights become a tangled mess. Hair can easily tangle if it isn't combed or brushed. Flies become tangled in a spider web and are unable to escape. The word tangle can be used figuratively when describing situations of deep involvement. Rodney became tangled up in gang activity and was arrested by the police. Many people resist getting tangled up in politics. Don't tangle with wild animals. You will probably get hurt. It's not smart to tangle with the police because they have guns and tasers. The word tangle can also be used as a noun. This shampoo claims to reduce tangles. Sophia's mother uses a special brush to remove the tangles from her daughter's hair. Todd got into a tangle with the police. I had to undo a tangle of knots on my children's shoes. Tank. A tank is usually a container that holds liquid or gas. A fish tank holds fish. A gas tank holds gas. A water tank stores water. A propane tank provides fuel for a grill. A tank used for military purposes is operated by soldiers who sit inside and shoot at people. A tank top is worn when it's hot outside. There are no sleeves, and it's very light. When the word tank is used as a verb, it means that something is not functioning very well. Their business is tanking. The football team tanked in the second half of the game. The proposal for a new park tanked at the city council meeting. Tap. The word tap can be used as a noun or as a verb. It's something that you do with your fingers to get someone's attention. It's similar to knock. The simple form of the verb is tap. Past tense is tapped, and the past participle is tapped. The little girl next door tapped softly on our door to let us know she was there. My car is making a strange tapping noise. Tap dancing was very popular in the 1940s and 1950s. The teacher tapped Matt on the shoulder and told him to be quiet. Please stop tapping on the table with your fingers. It's annoying. A tap at the door meant that our package was delivered. The word tap is also used in place of the word faucet. In this case, you can use it as a noun or as an adjective. The tap water we get at our house is pretty good. Instead of buying bottled water, the water from the tap is just as good. People who work at restaurants must know what on tap means. This is almost always used for beer that comes from a keg. The tap is kind of like a faucet. The beer comes from the tap. What kind of beer do you have on tap? They have several interesting beers on tap. This restaurant has Summit Pale Ale on tap. Tape. The word tape often refers to a long, flat piece of flexible material. This material is used for fixing things, putting things together, measuring things, and for recording audio and video. This word can be used as a noun or as a verb. Sound can be recorded on audio tape. Video is recorded and stored on videotape. Tape may be used to keep people away from dangerous areas. Measuring tape is used to measure length and height. A tailor uses tape to measure a person. He then uses the measurements for making clothes or for making alterations to clothes. A person who is injured might have an injury wrapped up in tape. Scotch tape is used when sealing things or when pasting things together. Duct tape is used for fixing things that require a strong, heavy repair. When painting a house, many people use masking tape to cover those areas that should not be painted. The word tape is often used as a verb. The simple form is tape. The past tense is taped. The past participle is taped. Gifts are wrapped and taped before they are given to a person who receives the gift. Before painting, the molding and the woodwork in your home should be taped. To record a show on TV, you can tape it. The police tape off an area where a crime has been committed. Before taping someone with video, you should ask for that person's permission. Task. A task is some kind of a small job or assignment. There are tasks at work, at school, at home, and any place that requires some sort of an effort to accomplish something. I thought it would be easy to change the headlight on my car, but it turned out to be a difficult task. If you don't fulfill certain tasks at work, you might lose your job. Jerry is very good at tasks that require estimating costs. Sarah made a list of tasks that have to be completed before next weekend. We should hire someone to perform this task. It's too time-consuming. The U.S. military sent a task force into Afghanistan to help the government get rid of an insurgency. Our supervisor has a reputation for being a taskmaster. Fixing a flat tire on a bike is an easy task. Taste. When something goes into your mouth, you taste it. Tasting is not the same thing as eating. When you taste anything, you decide whether it's good or not. The tongue is full of tiny nerves that send information about the food to the brain. The nose and other parts of the mouth are also involved when tasting something. This apple tastes sweet. Those oranges taste old. The bread we ate tasted very fresh. The mangoes in the store didn't taste very good. The word taste is also used as a noun. Thai food has an interesting and fresh taste. Do you like the taste of this? Kids usually don't like the taste of broccoli. The fish left a strange taste in my mouth. I've never eaten that before. Can I have a taste? We had a taste for pizza, so we called for the delivery of 3 large pizzas with sausage and pepperoni. You can also use taste as a noun when describing a person's ability to make good choices. She has very good taste in furniture. People who have good taste in clothing shop at that store. The joke he told was in very bad taste. He shouldn't have said that. Tattle. To tattle is to reveal a secret about another person. When someone tattles, it often results in problems for the person whose secret was revealed. Tattling generally occurs among children, but adults do it as well. Cindy tattled on her brother Bobby, who broke a lamp in the living room. She told their mother about it. Bobby got in trouble. A student in the classroom tattled on another student who threw a paper airplane across the room. When the teacher found out who threw it, that student got in trouble. Sarah's constant tattling made her unpopular among other students. She developed a reputation as a tattletale. Joe tattled on his boss for embezzling money from the company. Everyone was happy that he blew the whistle on his boss because the information that was revealed saved the company. Even though tattling may result in revealing an important truth, you'll often hear it said that no one likes a tattletale. A tattletale is a person who tattles, and sometimes a tattletale says things that aren't true. Tax. A tax is a percentage of money paid to the government by businesses, consumers, and individuals. The money that is collected pays for services that we all need: police protection, emergency services, road construction, schools, public health, etc. Many people don't like to pay taxes. The Internal Revenue Service collects taxes for the federal government. My neighbor says he's going to stop paying his taxes, but then he'll risk going to prison for tax evasion. There's a 6.5% tax on goods sold in this state. Taxes vary from one state to another. Property taxes collected in the state where I live help pay for public schools. Taxes are due on April 15th every year. A refund is sent out if you pay too much in taxes. An accountant can help you with your taxes if you aren't sure what to do. In these sentences, the word tax is a verb. The simple form is tax. The past tense is taxed, and the past participle is taxed. The government taxes your purchases. You are taxed on your purchases by the government. Some people feel like they are taxed too much. Others feel as though they aren't taxed enough.
Teach. To teach is to show someone how to do something, or information is passed from one person to another. This word is similar to the words train and instruct. The simple form is teach. The past tense is taught, and the past participle is taught. Steve teaches English. He's teaching today. He taught in Boston before moving to Bogota. He has taught English at many different schools. He has been teaching English since 1995. This next set of sentences is in the passive voice. Dogs are taught to behave. My dog was taught how to sit and stay. She has been taught how to do many different things. I'm the one who trained her. A person who teaches is called a teacher. The teacher for this class is Mr. Jensen. He's been a teacher for just 5 years. There are over 100 teachers at this school.
Team. A team is a group of people who work together to achieve a common goal, namely winning in a competition. There must be 2 or more people to form a team. Lithuania has a good basketball team. They play as a team. Every team member makes a contribution. The word team is also found outside the world of sports, particularly in business. The members of our team are meeting today to talk about a new project. Sandra isn't much of a team player. She rarely consults with others in the office. A good team leader is someone who understands how to bring everyone together to accomplish a goal. It's also possible to use team as a verb. They teamed up with another group of people. Who should we team up with? LAEO is teaming with another company in the production of a new series of videos. Tear. You can use tear as a verb or as a noun. To tear something is to damage it by ripping with one's hands. You can also use tear when removing paper from a notebook or checkbook. The simple form of this verb is tear. The past tense is tore. The past participle is torn. You have to tear your assignment from your notebook and give it to the teacher. Yolanda tore a check out of her checkbook and gave it to the sales clerk. I tore my jacket on something. Now it has a big hole in the sleeve. My jacket was torn while I was walking through the woods. He was so mad at the people who fixed his car that he tore up the bill. You can also use tear as a noun. I have a tear in my jacket. There's a tear in this dollar bill. This picture has a large tear through the middle of it. It's worth noting that we use the same spelling for the word tear. There were a lot of tears at the going away party. A small tear rolled down her cheek when she thought about her mother. People produce tears when they cry. Tease. Use the verb tease when one person bothers another person by saying something that causes discomfort. Children often tease each other, but adults are guilty of doing a lot of teasing also. Generally, it's not nice to tease another person. However, it's acceptable among friends and family. All the kids at school teased Ugo about his new haircut. Rosa is afraid that her friends will tease her about the backpack her mother bought for her. It's not nice to tease someone who is easily hurt by the teasing. Bill and Jake tease each other all the time, but they're still good friends. Sarah teased her little brother until he started to cry. My students used to tease me about my old car.
One other way of using tease is when a small amount of information increases a person's curiosity. The newscast teased its viewers by announcing an upcoming story about a bikini contest. The grocery store likes to tease customers with coupons and sales, but overall, the prices there are kind of high. Linda likes to tease men by wearing skimpy clothing.
Your friends all